Hello everyone and welcome to a new demo let's play where we will be diving in on a new game called TOUCHSTARVED. And in case you guys don't know what it's about you! And it's about 5 guys, which automatically makes this a visual novel. You already know what it is. Aside from what I know on the game page, that's pretty much all I know about the game. Otherwise, the only thing that you guys need to know about this game, besides, 5 hot dudes, is that the trailer for the game opens up with a slowed and reverb version of Every Time We Touch by Cascada. So let's go. We're gonna get started. Jump into this obviously horror-based kind of dark romance and see what it's all about. Yay. So we got a little intro. Okay, demo. Yes, we're already aware that this is not a finished product. We got content warning. Okay guys, y'all know the drill. Since this, as I have mentioned already, is a dark romance-based game, you can't already tell all the supernatural baddies in the front page. This game is gonna include some horror, some graphic violence, some strong language, alcohol and drug references, injury, and even dismemberment. So just so you're aware, that is your warning. But otherwise, buckle up your seatbelts, kiddies, and let's jump right in. All the red flags, all the creepies and all the problematicness. Let's go. Let's get on with it. Because what are we? We are monster. We are colorblind. Ain't no red flags about to stop this gal from checking out and seeing what's good in the hood. Okay, so we got some tutorials. Okay, cool. Yes. All right. We got. Okay. So the demo is. There's some secret endings to the demos if we choose to replay it. So there's some replay values even if it is just a demo. We got your basic controls of a visual novel game, so nothing too hard. And there you go. Choose your name. So obviously I'm going to enter in my go-to basic character name, which is Hana. Hana, who traverses the world and all the universes of visual novels, getting up to all sorts of different shenanigans. With she, her, that's cool. Got some pronouns choices there. And here we go. The start of it. This world began to unravel long before you were born. Okay. Ooh. Spooky. Uh-oh. It began with fogfall. Spectral mists bled from the seams where reality wore so thin it split. And from that fog emerged monsters, inhuman beings with unnatural powers. Some possessed language and intellect. Others were mindless beasts driven by little more than the desire to slaughter. As cities fell and unrest spread, humans united in their fear while monsters thrived in the chaos. And then there's you. Me. You're not even sure if you're human. You were born cursed with hands that alter the minds of anyone you touch. Choose your backstory. We get optional backstories. Wow. Ooh, what's all this? Okay, so we get to choose from 3 different classes. Let's briefly read over them. There's the Unnamed, which is a fallen oracle. So, raised in a remote temple, the priest claimed your touch bestowed enlightenment, but a visiting mage revealed your curse for what it is. Following the mage's words, you fled in search of the senobium. Yes. Yeah, whatever that is. You regularly experience unnatural premonitions that rattle your body and soul. An innate sixth sense gives you a heightened awareness of a hidden supernatural presence behind you. Okay, so we get little perks as well too, little buffs you could call them. So the Hound is a forsaken thief. We got a thief class. So you're raised by society's outcast criminals who accepted you when nobody else would. Your partner in crime, a friend since childhood, helped you steal enough money for a cure, then betrayed you. Bruh. They left you with only enough coin to travel to Senobium, your last hope. Oh my god, you have sharply honed your social intuition. You can survive and even thrive in the violent underbelly of any city using your experience with the underworld to get ahead. Okay, and then last but not least, we have the Alchemist, an abandoned mage class. An exiled Senobium mage took you in as a child, raising you as her apprentice. She seemed to take pity on your curse, but you discovered that she was cultivating you as a test subject. Why nobody treat me right, y'all? Nobody wants to treat me right. You are an experienced spellcaster with encyclopedic knowledge of alchemy, spellcraft, and history. With little observation, you can identify the subtle effects of magic. Okay, so there's our classes that we can choose from. So we get either Sixth Sense for the supernatural presence around you. We get some street smarts and maybe some, quick handedness. I don't know, what is it called? And then we got some spellcasting, and knowledge of alchemy and history, and we can identify subtle effects of magic. What should we choose? What should we go for? Let's go with, I don't know, I kind of like the Sixth Sense, and I also kind of like the magic spellcrafting stuff. Why don't I go with the Sixth Sense stuff? Sixth Sense, let's go. So your name is Hana. You selected she, her pronouns. Your backstory is unnamed. Is this correct? Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go visit the world of The Witcher. This honestly seems like the world of The Witcher. Monsters and shit, The wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. There's nothing out here but death, the ever-present stench of decay, and countless sun-bleached bones cast like seeds across the barren land. Oh, lovely. I could say death doesn't scare me, but to tell the truth, I'm desperate. It's been 2 weeks since I joined a caravan bound across the waste. Finding a group that would accept me was a trial in itself. As rations grew sparse and my canteen ran dry, I began to despair. But then I saw it. The city of Atlantis. I don't know. Iridia, the city of knowledge. One of the last bastions of humanity left in the world, and home to the famous academy called the Senobium. Am I pronouncing that right? All the world's knowledge gathered in one place. If there's anywhere I'll find a cure for my curse, it's there. Oh, this kind of reminds me of that X-Men mutant. Her name was Rogue, where she touches people and she ends up sucking away their life force. It's kind of like her. All that stands between me and a cure is a final stretch of salt-soaked waste, or so I think until I see the first tendrils of fog snaking beneath the wagon. Oh, fog. Is this fog fall? Who named this? Who called it fog fall? Because imagine having to say that really fast. I just die before I can even warn people. My stomach sinks at the very whisper of it. A silent storm more devastating than fire. Dangerous in cities, but a death sentence beyond them. Okay, a thick blanket of fog engulfs us, smothering out the lanterns' light. The wagon lurches to a stop. Why stop though? Are we not supposed to keep going? Get out of here as quickly as we can? An eerie silence heavy as the mist falls over us. The only warning we get is a strangled scream. Stay back! Oh no, oh he did. They did. Sorry, you're dead. The cry dissolves into a wet gurgling. Oh, yep, very dead. Then the wagon violently pitches to the side. I hit the ground hard, the air punched from my lungs. Oh. When I open my eyes, adrenaline lends sudden, awful clarity to the carnage around me. What is it? A traitor I once shared bread with lies face down in the mud, their back reduced to long strings of torn muscle, gleaming gristle, and exposed bone. Bodies litter the wasteland. Okay, Alien vs. Predator, what is this? I try to rise, but my ankle explodes with pain so blinding, white blooms across my vision. Only when my eyes adjust do I see the dark shape in front of me. Yuck. Disgusting. A soulless stoops over the twisted form of a caravaner. I freeze, but it swivels its head. A dozen bulging eyes twitch in my direction and blink as one. The soulless lets out an ear-splitting shriek and runs at me. Okay, we run? No, we can't run because I think we sprained our ankle. But right before it reaches me, the beast barrels past, vanishing into the mist. Distantly, a horse screams in the dark. I need to move now. Run for the city, head towards the wagons. I don't know if we can run towards the city. I was just saying that. Like, I think we sprained our ankle. Oh, well, okay. Oh, God. Watch me die. Is there a death? Is there, like, a death ending for this game? I'm pretty sure there is. Watch me die. If I can't have the sweet embrace and the warmth of another human being, let it be death, then. I take off, running deeper into the haze. The fog is so thick that I fear I'm headed in the wrong direction until I see a dim pinprick of light emanating from the shadow of a spire. It's faint, but it's enough. I came too far to die here. Oh, she's got so much more fight than I do. Rapid footsteps echo all around me. I turn in circles, frantically searching the opaque mist for the source. But the fog fall twists and stretches sound. Okay. Suddenly, the caravan's driver bursts forth from the fog. Our eyes meet too late. He dead. He slams into me, knocking me to the ground. Oh, bruh! And slips in a patch of mud. The soulless falls on him as soon as he slows. I'm so sorry. It catches the driver by his throat and rakes his stomach with razor-sharp claws. He comes apart like wet paper, spilling intestines and viscera in a steaming tide. Yikes, no time for viewing. Let's go now, let's run now. Come on. Fighting the urge to heave, I claw frantically through the slippery muck for a handhold. Oh shit. Oh, what did I put my hand in? My hand catches on the jagged edge of a rib jutting out from the water. Bandages unfurl around the gouge torn deep into my palm. The pains is quickly forgotten when a hand closes around my wrist. Who this? Can you stand? Oh, a fellow traveler. He's gonna die. He's still gonna die. One of the travelers from the caravan leans over me. We need to run. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I've been trying to do. Oh, yeah, you can't touch me. Don't touch me. They reach for my hand, and I realize too late that my bandages have come undone. Oh, no. Don't touch me. Loser. The sensation of their thumb brushes the back of my hand, sends a shiver down my spine. All it takes is one touch, and in the space of a breath, my curse takes hold. My bad. Oh, now he's trying to kill me. Their lips peel back into a deranged grin. Oh. Now he Joker laughing at me. No, I've seen this face countless times before. This is my curse, madness of my own making. Their grip on my hand tightens until pain radiates from my knuckles. Let me go. Don't touch me. Suddenly, clammy hands crush my throat, choking off my breath. Oh, die. Bro, is this how I die? Spit bubbles at the corners of their mouth and flecks my face. The edges of my vision darkens as my lungs scream for air. Scream for help, fight them. Obviously, I'm not gonna waste my breath trying to scream for help. I'm gonna try to fight them off. My nails gouge deep into the traveler's wrist, but no matter how much blood I draw, they don't flinch. Goodbye, cruel world. Goodbye, cruel world. The more I struggle, the tighter the grip grows. My pulse hammers in my ears, slowing with each thudding beat. This can't be happening. I'm going to die, and not because of the fogfall or the solace, but because of my own curse. Tears sting my eyes. No, not here. Not like this. Not like this. The hands drop from my neck, leaving me wheezing for air. My lungs burn with each ragged cough. Coughs. My vision clears and the traveler's face takes shape, hovering inches from mine. Lips still split in that macabre smile, even as blood seeps between their teeth. They give one last shuddering breath, then slump over the claws hooked through their stomach. Oh! Oh, my savior. My unfortunate, unpredictable, and like, could not have guessed that I'd be saved by a soulless, but here we are. Here we are. The soulless shoves the body aside, and the glowing eyes studied its leathery skin thin as though grinning. Do I die? I guess I do. There's a flash of claws, red spill across my vision. I thought there'd be pain, but as I sink into the murky water, all I could feel is the grit of silt filling my mouth in the icy embrace of shallow water. I guess I really do die, huh? First playthrough of this game, I die. See, that's what I tell you guys. Distantly, I noticed an arm resting among an outcrop of reeds, mine neatly severed at the elbow. It should have taken both arms. Without them, maybe I could have survived. Maybe I could have had a home. Instead, I'll die cold, alone, and face down in a desolate wasteland. A fitting end for a monstrosity like me. I did! Oh my god. There you go, that's one ending. That is one ending. Wait, what? If this is death, it's not as bad as I feared. The cold is gone, as is the choking stench of bog water. I guess not? Not the cold embrace of death? I could drift forever, cocooned in oblivion until all thought and sensation vanished. No curse, nobody howling at me in madness and terror, nothing at all. The thought has a terrible appeal to it. But the next moment I take a reflexive breath. Air pours into my lungs, then out again in a ragged gasp. Wow. Feeling comes flooding back. Warm cloth on my bare skin, a firm surface underneath me, a strange tang of sulfur in the air. Do not be afraid. Yobaseo? Oh. I live! And it's one of the dudes on the title screen. I twist my head towards the voice. Tears flood my bleary vision at the bright glow of lamplight. Try not to move. The voice is calm, steady, and commanding, but more importantly, it's a stranger's voice. One thought cuts through my mental fog. I have no idea who this is, and I'm completely at their mercy. Stay away from me. But I thought we lost an arm. I don't know. My words come out in little more than a creaky whisper. I clamp my mouth shut, hating how weak and helpless I sound. No. Okay, no. Who the hell is this? Sit up, lie back down. I'll just lay back down. No point in struggling. I let myself slump back against the thin pillow, wincing when the motion jolts my head. Ah, cooperator patient, thank you. Well, yeah, I'm just tired. Listen, I expected to die, but like, I'm here, now I'm here, so it's whatever. Whatever at this point. The words swim in one ear and out the other without much comprehension. I pull the sheet up higher, wiping my eyes until my vision clears. Okay. The stranger towers over my prone form. Warm light reflects off his pristine medical coat. I instinctively shrink back, and that's when I notice that I'm completely naked except for a thin linen sheet. Oh, naked and afraid. Great. Not something you want to be. Naked, lying on a low cot with a pair of sharp golden eyes watching my every move. The man's gaze flickers to my exposed, unbandaged hands. Wait, I still got hands? I plunge my hands under the sheet to hide them from sight, though it's too late. He must have noticed what they look like. Crusty as book! Strange, cursed, inhuman. I brace myself from his inevitable suspicion and disgust, but his expression doesn't even flicker from that courteous smile. He just watches in placid silence as I struggle to make sense of my surroundings. Where am I? Who are you? Be calm. You are safe here. Whoever this is, he clearly has no idea who or what I am. I've never been safe anywhere with anyone. Even the shrine of my childhood, the one sanctuary I ever knew, turned out to be a horrific lie. I scowl, pulling the sheets protectively around myself. Where are my clothes? The man's golden eyes narrow slightly. A sharp sigh rustles the papers in his hands. I think they're pretty much shredded and gone. I don't know about you. I see you are not to be dissuaded. Your clothes were torn to shreds when I found you, but I procured replacements. Thank you. I figured. With a soft creak, he stands from his chair, giving me a better view of my surroundings. I seem to be in some sort of medical clinic. Bottles of silvery alchemical concoctions line the counters in neat rows. The air makes my nose twitch, a faint whiff of smoke and something distinctly metallic that I can't quite place. The doctor produces a large, dense bundle of cloth, which he sets at the foot of my cot. He's easily a head taller than most, and I have to crane my neck to look up at him. Thank you. Could you step out? Thank you? First, yeah, just thank you. I should be polite if I can, especially since I don't know who this is, what he can do, or what he wants with me. Meeting his gaze sends a hot frisson down my spine. Something about him nags at me, like a half-formed memory I can't place. Thank you. You are welcome. I will leave you to get dressed. Oh, look at that! So courteous. I don't even have to ask. With a curt nod, he leads through a narrow door. Thanks, bye. I hear a soft click as the lock turns behind him. I count to 3 in the sudden silence. When I don't hear any more footsteps, I reach for the bundle of clothes. An itch on my elbow stops me short. I reach down absently to rub at it, then freeze when my fingers meet a neat line of stitches. Did you stitch my arm back on? I know what I saw. That beast took my arm clean off. Yes, that's why. And yet my arm shows no sign of injury apart from the black stitches poking through my skin. I gingerly flex my fingers, feeling my heart race at the sensation. I have an arm still! This is impossible. I should be dead, or at the very least gasping out my last breath. Or at least one arm short, you know. I squeeze my eyes shut, waiting for the pleasant dream to unravel, to wake up bleeding out in the swamp. But nothing happens. The seconds tick by and my arm remains resolutely healed, my surroundings pristine and quiet. Okie dokes. Interesting. In numb disbelief, I reach for the replacement clothes and begin stiffly pulling them on. They're thicker and warmer than mine were, with a black woolen cloak to go with them. But there's one thing still missing, my bandages. Ooh. The golden-eyed man didn't leave me with any, even though I know he saw my hands. I slide off the bed and take a few unsteady steps towards one of the doors. If this is indeed a doctor's clinic, there must be bandages somewhere. I start opening drawers at random, and of course, that's when the door swings open once more. I was like, I don't know if this is a good deal to snoop. Are you looking for something? Yeah, bandages. I whirl around, clutching a thick roll of clean bandages. I try to step back from him, but my legs bump up against the edge of the cot. Your caution is understandable, though if I meant you any harm, you would know. Yeah. I mean, he put my severed arm back on, no problem, so... That doesn't make me feel better in the slightest, but he makes no move toward me, so I quickly wind the bandages around my hands. The glowing scars and mottled skin disappear under a layer of clean white cotton. May I ask why you need additional bandages? I clench my jaw. I knew it would only be a matter of time before he asked about my hands, though the way he does it is strangely roundabout. Glare at him, say nothing, decline to answer. This and this are both the same. Oh no, well, decline to answer could be just like verbal, like no, I don't want to tell you. I'll just decline to answer. I don't know you like that, even though you so graciously stitched up my severed arm. Well, that's a very personal question and I don't really want to answer. Is that so? Surely you realize that I can only help if you tell me what ails you. An involuntary snort of laughter escapes me. Where would I even begin? Would he even believe me if I told him? I mean... It'd be a good, what's it called? Good start? A good story? Good story for him. No, best to keep my curse to myself for now and learn more about him first. Who are you? You may call me Kuras. Oh my god. And where exactly am I? Iridia, which I assume was your caravan's destination. I can think of nowhere else for a group of travelers to go. Iridia, so I made it to the city of knowledge after all. I should feel relieved, but all I can manage is a vague sense of increasing unease. How did I end up here? I brought you to my clinic, of course. You were the only survivor from the caravan, barely clinging to life. You needed immediate treatment. Which you provided? Were you just out on a stroll? Just how happened to see me? Yes. He says it so simply, as if I'm a small child and he's explaining basic addition to me. I frown and flex the fingers on my recently healed arm. Aside from being a bit stiff, it feels fine. Thoroughly attached to me. All the nerves and everything. Wow. You're saying that you stitched my arm back on? Pardon? A soulless attacked the caravan. It ripped everyone to shreds. It tore my arm clean off. Well, he was like, well, good, because then, like, you know, it's easier for me to put it back on. But when I woke up here, I trail off bewildered. I've never heard of any magic that could heal a mortal wound like that. What kind of person could do such a thing? The doctor, Kuras, pinches the bridge of his nose. He sits back down in his chair, quiet for a long time. I do not know where you come from, but Iridia is a city of knowledge and deadly secrets alike. Okay? Information is power, and it is most unwise to give or receive it freely. Okay? Since you have refused to divulge your secrets, I will not divulge mine. I do not even know your name. Okay, fair. You are new to Iridia, so I will overlook the specific breach of etiquette. However, you should not expect others to extend the same courtesy. Do you understand? Yes, okay. Thank you very much for a little brief rundown on the cultures of Iridia. He looks pointedly at my freshly bandaged hands. Loath though I am to admit it, he has a point. I'm also a complete stranger to him, and if he's telling the truth, he saved my life. Yes. I take a deep, steadying breath. This time, when I speak, I sound a bit more like myself. Hana. My name is Hana. It is a pleasure to meet you, Hana. Okay. There's a little more warmth in his smile, his polite demeanor back in an instant. Okay, thank you for saving me. Why did you save me? Well, he's a doctor, so I'm sure that's kind of his code of ethics, you know. Okay, we'll just say thank you. Thank you for saving my life. I chance a smile in return. Even if he won't explain how he did the impossible, there's no doubt in my mind that I'd be dead if not for Kuras. Think nothing of it. Just doing my job. I'm not sure if he's just being excessively courteous, but his words only raise more urgent questions. But I have to ask, why did you save me? You don't know me. The question seems to startle Kuras. I could hardly leave you to die in the waste. Assisting those in need is the very essence of a doctor's duty. See? I read this man so well already. It's his duty as a doctor. I mean, like, you know, he took an, little oath thing when he graduated from doctor school. I've never met a doctor who also handed out free clothes. Well, I just happened to have them lying around. I don't know. My fingers find the edge of the cloak. There's a subtle but delicately embroidered pattern around the hem. I try not to think about what kind of price Kuras might ask for such well-made clothes. No, I suppose not. Forgive my presumption. I rarely come across so fascinating a patient. I blink. What did he just say? I simply meant that few would cling to life so resolutely or brave such a perilous journey to Iridia. I could not help but being curious about you, Hana. His voice dips to a soft murmur, and he abruptly looks away from me. You're pretty curious yourself. I don't know what to say that at. You're pretty curious yourself. You're pretty curious yourself. Am I? Well, yeah, you did admit that you found me fascinating. Well, I haven't forgotten about my arm. I wiggle my intact fingers at him. Clearly not. But you haven't asked me for any payment either. Yeah. Oh, I require none from you. Travelers do not have an abundance of coin, and it would be unethical to leave you destitute in a strange place. Destitute in a strange place, sorry. I fall silent, unsure what to say to that. Nobody would help a horror like me for free. There has to be some kind of catch or trick, right? A loud knock at the front door stops our conversation cold and spares me from having to say anything else. Duty calls. Okay. Unfortunately, you are not my only patient today. Okay, the knocking grows more insistent and Kuras lets out a tired sigh. Please wait your turn. Apparently it's very urgent. Maybe it's another person who's come with another severed arm. Who knows? Though he says it quietly, the clamor on the other side of the door abruptly stops. Do you need anything before you leave, Hana? Oh. Maybe a map? Between the soulless attack and my miraculous survival, I'd almost forgotten why I came to Iridia in the first place. I need directions to the senobium, yes. The senobium. The look on his face is downright chilling. He pauses, choosing his words with cold deliberation when he speaks again. Yeah, why do you not look so happy? Whatever you seek, it is very unlikely you will find it there. Okay. The Cenobium's gates open for precious few visitors. Even if they did, you would not like what you found inside. My heart sinks. Is he saying that I came all this way for nothing? Risked life and limb for nothing? No, that can't be. I've only just arrived, and Iridius is the largest city still standing. There has to be a cure for me here. Then if not the Cenobium, where would you suggest? Do you know anyone else in Iridia? Nope. I shake my head. Then I suggest a local guide. Head to the Wetwick and ask for Leander. Leander? Okay. Excuse me? The what? The what now? The Wetwick. Okay. He sounds deeply unamused. Follow the postings advertising Leander's bloodhounds. They are difficult to miss. When you meet Leander, tell him I sent you. Okay, that means that's probably our second guy out of the 5. That isn't much to go on, but Kuras points towards the clinic's back door. You will be safe so long as you do not draw attention to yourself. Okay, that's easier said than done. I've always been a magnet for the worst sort of attention. If you require my assistance, you may return whenever you wish. Okay. Though he's smiling, there's a note of finality in his voice. Resigned to my dismissal, I slip out the back door. I find myself standing in a narrow and rather gloomy alley. I pull the new cloak up over my nose, stepping over the contents of chamber pots that have been emptied into the street. Eee. Something weighs heavily inside one of the cloak's pockets. My coin purse. Oh, everything is still inside. Every last coin that I'd scraped together for the journey to Iridia. It doesn't even look like it was opened. There were so few coins to begin with, they probably weren't worth stealing. I glanced back at the clinic's closed door. Kuras didn't take any payment. He didn't even ask for a future favor. But he also said that in Iridia, secrets are power. Does he expect me to give up mine at some point? I guess, as a currency? Method of trade? That's not exactly a comforting thought. Still, no matter why he did it, Kuras gave me a second chance and a lead on where I might find help. I better get going before he changes his mind. I squeeze out of the alley and into the crowded main street. Okay, off we go. It's a lot lighter than I expected. Like, not so gloomy. Or maybe because it's daylight? I don't know. The line outside Kuras' clinic stretches down the road already. 2 thin peddlers queue alongside weathered elders. If any place is in desperate need of a free clinic, it's this one. The cobblestone are treacherously rough under my feet, deep grooves worn between them by regular flooding and decades of hard use. I knew Iridia was a river city, but I didn't expect it to look so eroded. The buildings are tired and dilapidated, all crammed together in narrow streets. And there's something else, a charge in the air like the shift in pressure before a storm. It's subtle, little more than a faint persistent thrumming, but I can't seem to shake it. A child darts by, clutching something greasy wrapped in paper. The smell of fried food drifts over to me. My stomach gives a faint gurgle. Oh, yes, when have I eaten? When have I last seen? This morning's catch, fried up, hot and fresh. Not too many eyeballs today. Well, eyeballs? That sounds disgusting, but I'm starving, so I duck my head under the stall's grubby awning. A large fish leers up at me, its 3 bulging eyes still visible through the thick layer of crispy batter. The vendor gives a gap-toothed smile. So you're trying to sell me the fish that's in The Simpsons just swimming around in the nuclear-based water? What's the cheapest thing you've got? The vendor points at a metal basket of what looks like long strips of savory fried dough. Fresh long lads. Long lads? 3 copper apiece. Don't burn your mouth. I take the coins out, counting them gingerly. At this rate, I might not even be able to afford dinner. Reluctantly, I drop the payment on the counter and take my meal. This is going to be dinner, too, I guess. 2 streets later, I pass under a wrought iron archway adorned with dangling garlands of red and pink lilies. The buildings in this quarter are a dizzying ride of color, painted walls and tinted glass everywhere I look. Sheer red and pink curtains flutter in open doorways. Musical voices call out invitingly. Incense mingles with the pungent scent of flowers, barely covering the salt and musk of warm bodies. Oh. Hey, is this the red light district? This must be Iridia's entertainment district. Alright, yeah, you could call it that too. I'm polishing off my food and dusting the crumbs from my hands when I spot a poster. Where? It features the silhouette of a smiling man wearing a single dagger-like earring and the word Bloodhounds printed above his head. A motto, as above, so below, circles the artwork. As above, so below. That's a movie! That's a movie title. If Leander is the leader of the Bloodhounds, then the face printed on the poster is likely his. Okay. I follow the line of identical posters around a corner and nearly hit my head on a precariously dangling wooden sign. Looking up, faded orange letters read, "The Wet Wick." I know rhyming same-lettered words with each other is what makes it catchy, but god damn, it's so hard to pronounce. Like, really fast. The facade of the building looks like it's seen better days, but I hear faint music and laughter coming from inside. Hello! Yomaseyo! The inside of the bar is a far cry from the abandoned exterior. It's not even midday, yet most of the tables and booths are occupied by a loose assembly of people in matching green cloaks. Bustling bars are not something I'm used to, but I steel myself with a deep breath before pushing forward. A cursory glance doesn't turn up anyone with a dagger-shaped earring. I'm about to head towards the counter when a chant rises from the center of the room. Chug, 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 chug! Oh, show! Oh my god. I thought someone was taking shots. The remaining green cloaks abandon the bar and their booths to rush towards the center of the room in a sudden torrent. There's no time to move out of the way. I'm swept along in the ale-stench current. Hey, no pushing! Rhythmic chanting drowns out my voice. I thrash, throwing out my elbows as the press of bodies grows heavier. My hip knocks into a table. I grip it, holding on tight to steady myself, but the crowd has stilled, the chanting stopped. Ouch. A pair of gilded boots stride across the tabletop. Hello? Seriously, you dogs? Again? Scattered laughter and cheers rise from the audience. I drag my eyes upwards. Titties. A well-dressed man stands on the table in front of me, his broad shoulders framed by the thick lapels of a trench coat. This really is the last time, alright? What's he about to do? This time when he speaks, the audience falls silent, as though bewitched by his magnetic presence or rich, low voice. But nothing is as captivating as his smile. He beams at the crowd around him, a performer on his makeshift stage. Don't blink or you'll miss it. Oh, doing magic tricks? Okay. He laughs and the dagger-shaped earring dangling from his left ear catches the light in the flash of gold. It would seem I found Leander. So we have. He raises his hand above the audience and snaps. A flash of pale green light. Real magic, no ordinary stage trick, blinds me. Are you a mage? Oh god, that's very bright. As the brilliance ebbs, my gaze refocuses on the mage towering above me. He flicks his wrist, and the magic spiraling around him coalesces. A delicate flower stem sprouts from between his pinched fingers. One by one, glowing lily petals spring forth. With a flourish, the mage presents the conjured flowers. The audience bursts into clapping and cheers. Yay! A genuine magic show was the last thing I expected from a place called the Wet Wick. Leander plucks the iridescent bouquet out of the air and turns in a slow circle, giving his audience a good look. Now who could use some good luck? Me. Eager onlookers scoot closer to the table. Some reach for the lilies while others whistle and call Leander's name. But his cool green eyes slide right over them, locking on me instead. Hello. How about you? I see you noticed. Yes. You with the shitty luck. Yes, me. My chest tightens. Every person gathered turns to stare at me. What? Take the flowers, refuse flowers. Sure, give me the flowers. It's free. As long as they're free, I should save. I should save at this point. I've been like doing choices without even saving all that much. But yeah, we should save. Why not? I'll take the flowers. I reach out, all too aware of the way my fingers tremble as I carefully take the flowers from him. There's no weight to them, only a faint warmth that radiates from the stems. As soon as the flowers leave Leander's hand, their light dims. They fade away in a shower of opalescent light. Oh my god. To my surprise, Leander laughs under his breath. That's the problem with flowers. They don't last long, and they leave an impression, right? Okay. He grins at me, and I find myself smiling back. Okay. But I acquire your different services. Apparently you own the bloodhounds. I don't know what they do, but I acquire them. Leander steps off the table, dropping among the excited crowds with an audible clink. Alright, bloodhounds, get back to your drinks, show's over, okay. The green cloaks disperse at his command, returning to their tables and booths. Before I can make my way toward Leander, his eyes find me. Hello. He gives me a friendly wave, then beckons me over to the crowded counter. I manage to squeeze beside him, but there's so little room that his broad shoulders presses against mine. I tense, but he doesn't seem to mind at all. Goodness, he's Dorito-shaped. You relax with your shoulders? Is this your first time in Iridia? No. What gave it away? He says it lightly, with a genuine air of curiosity. Do I stick out that much? No, but I'm certain I'd remember seeing a face as lovely as yours around Lowtown. Okay, he's a flirt too. My eyes flicker to the polished countertop. I'm not used to flattery, and being this close makes eye contact difficult. As if on cue, the bartender approaches us. What can I get you? What can I get you? Surprise me and add anything my friend wants to my tab. I wasn't expecting the generosity, but I have to admit I do feel a little thirsty after all that fried dough. I'll have what he's having. Water's good. Just take a water. Just take water. I thirst for water. Water's fine. While the bartender leaves to fix our drinks, Leander leans his elbows on the counter. I'm close enough to notice the purple shadows under his lower lids. The bags! Boy, when was the last time you slept? His eyes wander over me in return, and when they lock on my bandaged hands, a sour taste rises in my throat. Here comes the questions. So, what brings you to the Wick? Kura sent me. Is there a man named John here? He pushes his hair back from his forehead, but it immediately falls right back into place. So it's about work. Oh, yeah, sorry. The bartender pushes a pair of glasses our way. I don't realize how thirsty I am until the cool water touches my lips. I drain the water in a single gulp. Leander takes a deep swig of his beer and lets out a satisfied breath. How can I be of assistance? I need to get to the senobium. Oh, he's like, ugh. As soon as the word senobium leaves my mouth, the entire bar falls silent. Bloodhounds twist around in their seats to gawk openly. Finally, an especially drunk one speaks up. The hell are you bringing up the senobium in here? I'm new to the town. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I offended anyone. Thorma, this is bloodhound territory. Okay, I'm a newbie. Leave me alone. The vitriol catches me off guard. From the angry looks thrown my way, it's clear I've broken some unspoken rule just by mentioning the senobium. When I glance at Leander, he's drinking, as though he hasn't noticed the uproar. Only when he catches me looking does he lower his glass. For the love of... He drags a hand down his face. Hey, keep it down, will you? This is business. I tense, expecting an argument, but the outspoken bloodhounds silently return to their drinks. Only a handful continue to watch me warily. Sorry about them. The senobium is a bit of a touchy subject in these parts. Mixed in enough drinks and, well, you saw. Yeah, I noticed. How about we continue this outside? Sure. When I give him a terse nod, he pushes away from the bar counter. Okay, oh my god. I am going deaf with all the chattering in my ear. I follow Leander to an alleyway tucked behind the wet wick where layers of frayed bloodhounds posters have been plastered to the walls. Seeing them side by side, the resemblance between Leander and his likeness on the posters is impressive. You've got a good artist. Whoever you commissioned those posters for, like, good job. Kuros didn't send you here for help with the senobium, did he? He did, kinda. Well, sort of, kinda, sort of. From the look he gives me, he already knows the answer. I glance away. No, he didn't. He suggested I find an alternative. Yeah, here you are, asking about them anyway. Well, I don't know what that alternative is. I'm just opening up with the, okay, my original plan was to find a senobium. What do you need the senobium for? I don't want to tell him about my curse. The less people know about my capabilities, the better. Thankfully, Leander takes my reluctant silence as an answer. Well, I see you're already aware of the city's currency. Information is worth its weight in gold here. Ah. Kuros told you the truth. The senobium's dangerous. Get on their bad side and they'll imprison you if you're lucky, or torture you if you're not. What? What? But the senobium is supposed to be a place of learning, a sanctuary. That's some good PR then that they got. The senobium has always been heralded as the last bastion of human knowledge, a shining beacon of hope in a world steeped in nightmares. If any place held answers, it would be the senobium. That's why I came here. That's what they want you to think, but things that seem too good to be true are often just that. Such a simple statement, and yet it leaves me reeling. If it's true, if I staked everything on a lie, then what now? You find an alternative. Leander clears his throat. But as I always say, there's solutions to every problem, and alternatives to every solution. Yes. He claps his hands and turns to me with a brilliant smile. That's why Kuros pointed you to the bloodhounds. Okay, but what exactly do you do? He hasn't really exactly mentioned that. Let us help you. Whether it's hunting soulless, finding people, or recovering stolen valuables, we can do it all. And free of charge. I'm shaking my head before he's even finished his practice speech. My patience is wearing dangerously thin. Listen, I appreciate the offer, but my problem can't be solved by a group of good Samaritans. To my chagrin, Leander nods slowly. Then your problem must be fairly serious, and if the senobium is your first choice, you're searching for a magical solution, aren't you? Yeah. When my eyes widen, he nods along, as though he suspected it all along. I'd be happy to help you out. That is, if you tell me what ails you. Leander might not work for the senobium, but he is a mage, and a powerful one at that, if his demonstration earlier is any indication. I'm silent, plagued by indecision. I don't know if I can trust him, but it's not like I have any alternatives. I hate to admit it, but this could be my only path forward. My confession comes out in a pained whisper. I'm cursed. I'm cursed. Cursed? Yeah. Oh, now I'm very curious. What kind of curse? Something ancestral or more recent? He looks me up and down, taking in my face, my eyes, and finally my hands. It's your hands, isn't it? Yeah. Call me mummy hands. I wait until I'm certain my voice will remain steady before answering. My touch is dangerous. It changes people, hurts them. Hurts me more than anything. Like it makes them hurt me. Before I've even finished, Leander begins taking his glove off. He tugs his left hand free and flexes his fingers. Let's see it. He offers me his hand, and a prismatic flash of magic ripples across his palm, but I'm already shrinking backwards. I can't. I don't care how confident Leander is. I can't bring myself to hurt him, to see his kind face twist into a mask of madness. Believe me, this isn't an ordinary curse. I'll be fine. Perhaps where you came from, your affliction was strange and one of a kind. But spend a year in this city, you'll see 1,000 curses and thrice as many cures. Do you really think Kuros would send you here if I couldn't handle it? How should I know? I only met him today. Yeah. I'm as good as any mage in the senobium. Better even. If they can help, so can I. Okay. You don't know what you're asking me. I'm asking you to trust me. I look from Leander's outstretched hand to his confident smile. Then, with a short breath, I begin unwinding the bandages from my hand. Okay, here we go. Why don't we start like with one finger? Let's do one finger first, and then we'll see. Fine, but if you lose control, don't say I didn't warn you. You can tie me up first if it makes you feel better. With each joint I expose, I grow more and more certain that this is a terrible idea. I know, right? We're just doing it out here in the open, just out in broad daylight. Ready when you are. Okay. If he's bothered by the way my hand looks, he doesn't show it. My fingers hover shakily over his palm. 3, 2, 1. Poke! Hold back, touch him. I'm a touch! Twitch! I tap his palm once, as quickly as possible. It's barely more than a brush, but that's all it ever takes. Oh. When I look at his face, expecting to see the worst, Leander only grins. See? Oh, it can't be. This time when I reach out to touch Leander's palm again, he catches my wrist before I can pull away. Whoa. I told you, there's really nothing to worry about. Why are you blushing, bro? Stop, we're just holding hands. He trails off when my thumb brushes the soft skin of his inner wrist. Oh yeah, right. I'm touch-starved. I've never felt the warm caresses of another human being. I search Leander's face for traces of madness, but his eyes remain a clear, soft green. Color rises in his cheeks, but he remains still except for the subtle bobbing of his throat. Hey now, which one of us is the touch-starved one here? Neither of us speak as I trace the contours of Leander's palm, lost in an awareness I wasn't prepared for. I've been with other people, kissed them, been embraced by them, and more, but not like this. My wait, hold on. How does that work then? So wait, I can do everything except the hands? So if I just hold my hand apart like this and I don't touch you with it, then I'm fine, I'm good? My fingers, long deprived by years of bandaging, pick up every single detail. The grooves of his palm, the smooth shell of his nails, the pulse of his heart. For as long as I've lived, I've never been able to hold someone's hand, not without dire consequences. I never realized what I was missing until this moment. Oh, okay, so like, it's just the hands. It's not so bad. I mean, well, okay, kind of, sort of, but like, there are ways to work around it, I guess. While Leander's pulse is steady, mine is hammering as fear gives way to excitement. Keep touching him, let him go. We're gonna stop because it's getting a little weird. We don't want to be weird. I draw my hand back and take a steadying breath. My head feels as though it's stuffed with cotton. Habit alone guides me through the motion of rewrapping my hand, although my fingers tremble too much for the bandages to lie flat. I can't believe that worked. Holy shit. May I ask your name? I'm Hana. You were right to hide this from me, Hana. That curse of yours, it's unlike anything I've ever dealt with. I can tell you're discreet, but you'd best not to go showing that off to anyone else. Yeah, no kidding. I didn't plan on it. Are you staying in Lowtown? I pause. Room and board was something I hadn't yet considered. I don't even know if I could afford it. I don't know. Let's get you properly settled then. Okay. Oh, we're back. Alright, okay, so, should I leave it here, guys? I think that's a pretty good intro there. That's a pretty good intro. We met two of the guys. I think, yeah. So I think I'm gonna stop here, because we met two of the guys. We kind of got into the flow of, like, the intro to the town, and then talked a little bit about, like, our curse and stuff. So yeah, I think this is good. We're now going to be apparently boarding with the Wetwick, because I see stairs, so which means stairs means rooms, I guess. So yeah, we will pick up on this demo the next time I see you guys. But as for now, we're going to leave it, so be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell on my channel, because if y'all don't know, I'm on a semi-hiatus on this channel in terms of uploading, because my schedule is all over the place and very unpredictable, so I don't know when's the next time I'm going to be able to upload anything for you guys. So the best way is to know when I'm going to upload is to turn on the notification bell, at least, and to be subscribed. But otherwise, I will be active on the channel, so any comments or anything, messages that you leave on my videos, I'll try my best to get back to them. yeah. So hope you guys are gonna look forward to seeing more from this game as I am, because you know we love a new story. We love delving into some new universes and to see what this developer has to offer. Yeah. Tune in next time. But for now, bye.